Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Lifting Fishing Life here, bringing you another lifting video. Today might have to get 2 workouts in one day because I missed yesterday. Can't be missing no more. I've been missing a little bit too much for my liking. It was Easter, so I took off probably a solid 3 days last week. So that's no good, because at the end of the day, the way that my program works is that you literally have to be consistent. You cannot miss days, because if you're missing days, you're missing volume, and volume is the only way that you're getting stronger. If you're not doing a ton of volume per day, which I'm not. I'm basically not doing a whole bunch of volume per day. Anyway, folks, gonna talk about something special today, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all at the gym post warm up, baby. Let's go. Peace.
Well, guys, long time no talk, it seems. It's really only probably been about, I don't know, maybe about a week or so since I've uploaded last. But it's just been a hectic week, and I decided not to record a couple of my workouts because I don't think necessarily recording every single one of my workouts is the way to go for the future. It's a oversaturation of content, and I kind of run out of things to talk about if I do that. So yeah, so first and foremost, I'll talk about the training. We did end up doing 2 days in one here today. It made it difficult, but it didn't make it impossible. I did end up skipping on my cardio at the end, but you know, sometimes you just got to skip out on that cardio because I was already in the gym for way too long is what I was going to say. I had to cut the recording right there, but I was already in the gym for way too long today. This was about a 2 hour and 15-minute workout because of all the stuff that I did, hence why the video is so long. I actually missed out on one of the recordings of the bench press sets, and don't ask me why. It just happens sometimes. But it's fine because it cut the video down a little bit, and I'm okay with that because I'm not trying to talk all day. But I'll say that the workout, like I said, it wasn't too bad. I ended up doing lots of volume on bench press, and I was really just trying to condition my hook grip on deadlifts because I've been struggling with grip strength lately. Used to, it was never a problem. At one point, I could do 315 with one hand, with my right hand at least, with hook grip. But now my hook grip is going doo doo. So and my hands are sweaty, and we didn't have any chalk in the gym this particular day, so it was pretty rough with the grip. Anyway, besides that, so after the deadlifts, I did some pull-ups. I had some terrible angles on pull-ups, and some squats, and then some overhead press and some rows, and then I called it after that because it was just taking too long. But anyway, decided today I'm going to talk about some really cool Bible verses that I'm committing to memory. So first and foremost, we have the Lord's Prayer, Matthew chapter 6, there's verses 9 through 13, and this is straight off the dome. Let's see if I remember. It says, "After this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us from evil. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen." So what that verse tells me, it's just a guideline on what I should be praying about and how to pray, really, because I'm new to all this stuff, so I don't even know how to pray at the end of the day. So it's kind of it just guides me day to day on what I should be praying for and how I should be worshiping. So anyway, the next one I got is, it's actually on the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. Not in this video, but I'm wearing it right now. I actually recorded this video yesterday. but it's Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, and it's talking about the fruit of the Spirit. It says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control, without which there is no law." It actually says, "Against such there is no law." I always get that wrong. "Against such there is no law." And the reason I memorized that verse is because it's cool to know what the fruits of the Spirit are, but also because I have it on my t-shirt, just in case anybody ever asks, I can tell them like straight off the top of my head, because I just find that to be a commendable thing to do. Not saying that you necessarily have to know, you know, verses on clothing that you wear, but I just think it's somewhat commendable if you do, and it just kind of keeps you on your toes, keeps you remembering, things that you can use whenever Satan's putting bad thoughts into your head. So anyway, next things next is First Peter chapter 3 verse 17, and this is talking about suffering. So it says, let me think. I'm trying to do this straight off the dome. Let me think. There's lots of background noise, so it's hard to think.
Sorry.
So, it's okay, Aaron. It says, "For it is better, if it is the will of God, to suffer for good than for evil." Let's see if I got that one right. To suffer for doing good than for evil. I should have known that. I think I messed up on that one yesterday when me and Aaron were actually going over these. And this verse, it just reminds me that, hey, suffering to do the right thing is a lot better than suffering to do the wrong thing. And it also reminds me that suffering is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, just because you're suffering, it doesn't mean you won't profit. It doesn't mean you won't gain from that suffering, because you almost always will. It says in another scripture that I have not yet memorized, but basically it says that there's no work that goes without profit. So whether it's a monetary profit or whether it's, any other type of profit, because at the end of the day, taking care of a child is work, but it certainly does not go without profit, because you have an amazing being and you get to shape them and help them become the people who they're meant to be at the end of the day. Not saying that you should force them to do anything, but you just kind of guide them in the right direction. Truthfully, that's what I want to do. And do these squats though, man, I'm kind of looking dummy thick. That angle's a little bit crazy, on that angle. Moving on. So those are the three that I've committed to memory thus far, and I have three more that I'm challenging myself to commit to memory before the, let me see, before the 30th of this month, if there even is a 30th, who knows. But that's what I have written down, and me and Aaron and I have been reading in Proverbs. Well, I guess Aaron, I, and Lisa have been reading in Proverbs lately, so there's a couple Proverbs here. So anyway, we got Proverbs chapter 25 verse 5. And what this one reminds me of fishing, because it just holds true especially to fishing. So it says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to plenty, but to everyone but those of who is hasty surely to poverty." So it's like, if you plan out a fishing trip, you come up with a good day to go fishing, and you bring the right bait, and you bring the right whatever you need, and the right fishing pole, and the wind's not too crazy, then, and the spot that you want to go to, you're likely to catch more fish than if you just hastily run off and go fishing someday with no real thought to it. So that's kind of where I go with that. And I mean, obviously, that you can use that verse in many other facets in your life. It's not just fishing. You need to plan your life out. Plan things out, people, because that's how you will prosper. So, next thing's next. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. This is, okay, my bad. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. So, this one, it's really just about the grandfather that I want to be. I want to be. I heard this at church, and I want it to be true. I want it to be like whenever I'm dead and it's my funeral, I want my kids to be sad, you know. I want my kids and my grandkids to be sad, that I'm gone, but I also want them to be happy because first and foremost, we shared an amazing life together and they know that I love them without end. But secondly, there's going to be a little bit of money in their pocket from my inheritance. I'm going to try and give them a little bit of dough that they can spend or that they can save for college or whatnot. Or maybe I'll, save some of it for college. I'll force them to save some of it for college. And other than that, they can spend it on what they want. But anyway, last but not least, and this is a great one. This is just one that reminds me to stand by my word and not falter. So what it says is it's James chapter 5 verse 12. But above all, my brethren, do not swear either by heaven or by earth or with any other oath, but let your yes be yes and your no no, lest you fall into judgment. Love you guys. Praying for you.